Good morning. Today the G7 Foreign Affairs Minister will discuss about the situation in Africa, in Iran, and in Central Asia. First about Iran. I've been talking with the Foreign Minister of Iran and expressed the condemnation of the European Union for the crackdown of demonstrators following the killing of Mahsa Amini. The European Union has taken action and approved sanctions, also for the issue of Iran delivering drones to be used in the war in Ukraine, which is a violation of the United Nations resolutions. We will continue supporting the demonstrators, and we will continue supporting Ukraine to face the aerial attacks, and we insist on Iran to stop providing arms to Russia. Iran denies it, but the Ukrainians have been providing evidence of the use of drones. On the JCPOA, the negotiations are in a stalemate. There is nothing new. But I think that we have to differentiate our strong support to the demonstrators and especially to the women, the courageous women in Iran, and the need to try to Iran becoming a nuclear power. Africa remains our priority, our biggest priority, and we will have our African friends participating in this meeting. There is a good news coming from Africa, from the Corn of Africa, where a ceasefire and a cessation of hostilities in Ethiopia is putting an end to the fight. And I have to remember the tens of thousands of people who have been killed in this awful war, where the most awful abuses have been happening during the last 2 years. The cessation of hostilities is the first step to build peace, but it's much more difficult to build peace than to make war. So we have to support the African Union in order to, after the cessation of hostilities, to reach an agreement that could allow Ethiopia to go back to peace and reconstruction. In Africa, there are three poles of instability and war: the Sahel, the Great Lakes region, and the Corn of Africa. In these three parts of Africa, the war continues, the terror is developing, and instability, political instability, together with the famine created by Russia blocking exports of grain from Ukraine. But at least there is this good news, and we welcome a lot what this agreement represents for the Ethiopian people. Then Central Asia. The countries in Central Asia are a pivot between Europe and Asia, and they are more and more important from a strategic point of view. They are looking to diversify their foreign policy. They are no longer Soviet republics. They are asking Russia to respect their independence, and we have to increase our relationship with them. Next week I will be in Samarkand on the connectivity conference between Central Asia and Europe, and this will be a good occasion to reinforce our links, our partnership, and to develop our strategic investment program of the global Europe, of the global gateway, which is our way of increasing our investment and our engagement with this part of the world, which is becoming more and more important in the current circumstances. And then Western Balkans. In Western Balkans, I was in Berlin yesterday, participating in the Western Balkan Summit of the Berlin process, invited by Chancellor Scholz. In the Western Balkans, there are two key words: resilience and reconciliation. Resilience, increasing their capacity, economic and political capacity, to face the challenges. We are supporting them. We are the biggest investor in the region. We support them also to fight disinformation and to face the cyber attacks and hybrid threats coming from Russia, and reconciliation, to overcome the legacy of the past. And on that, there is also a possibility on the dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia. We have been working a lot on that with my special representative, Miroslav Lajcak. Before the summer, we presented a plan to both parties, to Serbia and Kosovo, in order to overcome the permanent crisis mode in which we have been working and look for a comprehensive normalization of their relations. And I am very grateful to the support from Germany and France to this proposal. We got answers from both parties, we are studying them, and I think this is a good occasion that they have to be used in order to make the relationship between Pristina and Belgrade more, let's say, normal. Because in order for both of them to advance on the European path, this normalization of relations is very much important. And in the coming days, we'll see which is the answer to this proposal. And I hope it will represent a breakthrough and a leap forward in this process.